Hey, what's up, guys? Today I'm going to be talking more about something that is like changing a lot of the community and just kind of talk about my whole opinion on it. Well, not really my opinion, but kind of decipher what's going on. And that's the fact that a lot of people have started to kind of quit, and it's essentially the death of the community. It's the death of what we used to play and what we used to think was the whole Minecraft community. So, as you know, a lot of your favorite YouTubers are quitting, but also a lot of generally our friends are quitting. And one reason is just people get bored. Like, plain and simple, people get bored. But it's also very unmotivating to play like that. Or I shouldn't say play like that, but play while all your friends are quitting. You just keep on playing as if nothing ever happened. It's kind of hard to do. And I'm not saying this as if like, oh, pity me. I'm just saying this is how we feel. And it's kind of leads to a domino effect as like once one person quits, the rest of them are going to quit as well. I died. So it leads to this like domino effect where if one person quits, everyone else is going to quit and it's going to follow. And it's essentially how communities come and go in games. Because there was the community before us, the whole MCSG community, and then we came along, the Hypixel community. And I came in like maybe midway through that. I was not like there at the very beginning, like some people were, like Pikachu was and all of them. But once someone in this community quits, it was a whole domino effect. And it really kind of started when Overwatch came out. A lot of people just started to quit playing. Okay, I got poked in TeamSpeak 3. I mean, you can kind of chip in whenever you want. Alright, like, now. So, there we go.
Well, he's good. Cut that part out.
Okay. So, it leads to this whole domino effect because, I mean, it's the same thing, like, you notice at school. Like, as soon as some people, like, as soon as one person starts quitting to do something, the rest are gonna follow. It's a herd mentality, kind of. And that's what a lot of social things, such as playing block games, really is all centered around. We're centered around a bunch of friends who do stuff together. Not to sound like a cheesy SpongeBob song, but that's the truth. We all talk to each other. Most of us don't play this game because of the gameplay. I mean, it's a block game. How far can we get out of it? What we get out of this is talking to our friends, and that is a lot harder to do when they all decide to quit. And it's not like I'm saying, oh, all of my friends quit. They're gone. It's terrible. No, that's not the case at all. What I'm saying is, like I mentioned earlier, the community is going to get replaced and so on and so forth. Our community is going to get replaced by the next Hypixel community or the next big server that comes up. So, there's going to be a lot more, I think, up and coming, like, 8 and 9 stars that are going to be the new, like, core group of the community. Coming from what we used to be, which was just the whole, like, I would say our main, like, biggest impacts of the community were like Tabor, Hannah XX Rose, unfortunately, Crabman Jones, Technoblade. I'm pretty sure Technoblade's gonna keep playing, but other people like, who's it? Tabor quit, CMJ officially quit, and that's just kind of people moving on. Especially when big names like that start quitting, that really signifies that something's gonna happen. Like, Hold on. As soon as big names kind of start quitting, it also just like persuades a lot of their audience to kind of like follow with them, just because of how it like works. Their audience really, I mean, they enjoy their content. If you look at Technoblade, you'll see his fans going around in random comment sections and saying Technoblade never dies. I mean, people really like these content creators, and when they announce like, oh, I'm quitting Minecraft for good, it's gonna start kind of, I would say, putting the gears in motion of the fact that, oh, maybe then the people who used to watch them blatantly would be like, oh, maybe I don't want to play this game anymore, and so on and so forth. So that's kind of part of it, but even still, that wouldn't really affect my whole friend group, because generally we don't watch YouTube like that. We don't watch like the whole sweat side of YouTube. I mean, we do from occasion or for fun, but I think the main reason, like, okay, I died. Like, our friend group kind of fell apart was more because of the whole boredom and new things were being offered. Fortnite really, Overwatch didn't hit us that hard, but Fortnite kind of just ripped everything apart for us. Because we had people, like, it first started with Elite started playing it, and then after Elite, Nick started playing it. Everyone's starting to mess around with Fortnite. I eventually got bored with the game. If you notice, I don't get on as much as I used to. I just don't ignore it as much, or enjoy it as much as I used to. Just because it's too repetitive. And I've done this before. Like, there's nothing really new to offer. Like, Getting Over It was a great game. I really enjoyed that. Cuphead was another great game. And like I said, we don't play this game for its content. We play it for the enjoyment of friends and all that. Damn it. That would have been so cool. I died again. So yeah. Zain, do you have anything to say? Like, do you want to chip in?
Well, you basically got all of it. I mean, like, let me try and make this into a personal connection. So, like, I only play this game now because of my friends, you know? Like, it's only really fun because of that. Like, I actually, like, really don't like the game when I'm, like, playing it alone. Like, it's just very, I don't know. That's just me, but when I'm playing with people, it's like, I don't know, like, it's just more fun, because you get to talk about stuff, you get to interact, and like, get to have a good time.
It has a whole new element to the game, other than just trying to win or trying to do something well.
I mean, of course, that's like kind of part of it, but like, it's not like all of it. It's like what I like is just like just the people.
Yeah, and I mean, we get a lot of enjoyment out of the game, and it's probably the best $20 I have ever spent. Actually, it is, without a doubt, been the best $20 I've ever spent, just because of how many laughs and how much fun I've had with it. But at the same time, I think for the majority of us, it's run its course. So, I would say what this means for me, personally, is you're gonna see new, like, different types of videos on the channel. I'm not quitting, per se, but it's not gonna be my main game. I used to play it so much, and since I don't have that backbone of playing with friends every day or so on and so forth, and if I do, it's a whole different core group of friends, and it's they're really nice to talk to, but they're not my close. I just died.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Hold on.
like they're not like.
Yeah.
I don't mean to like be like rude or anything, but they're not like the OGs, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a weird word to use, but like it's the closest one I could think of.
They're not our closest friends. I mean, it's like if any of you have ever moved, that's essentially what's happened. We're moving, and say you live in one area for a long time, like 10 years, and then you move away and you make new friends. Even your best friend there isn't going to be nearly as close as your best friend was.
Yeah.
Like back where you used to live and all that. So that's a. It's all about because with Andrew and all them, like that's the group I essentially learned to play with. Like that's.
Yeah, they're like some of the first people actually they were like the first people I played with, which is why I'm like so attached to that.
Yeah, because we've shared a lot in common instead of just sweating out bot game. We've learned a lot. Like I joined when Andrew was an 8-star, I think. I remember Shrimes was a 4-star, and I used to think when he got 5-star, I'm like, holy shit, that's such a huge number.
Yeah.
Like I'll never get that. I'll never be that good.
Yeah, like I started like I actually like kind of enjoyed UHC back as like a 3-star in really early 2016, and like I don't know, I just like played with a bunch of random people, but then like starting like April, I think that's when I met Andrew. I don't know, we didn't really play that much until like the summer, but that's when I met him, and then the summer I met a lot of other people like Jacob, Danny, and Strand and stuff. And then, like, that's when I started becoming more attached to the game.
Yeah. Not to mention this game, when we do try to play, like, really well or sweat it out, it's just a terrible game for that. I mean, just playing this, like, making these recordings alone, I've gotten cheated on, like, 3 or 4 times. And Hypixel...
Sorry, go ahead.
Hypixel is trying to turn the server into a more pay-to-win type of thing. Instead of what it used to be, which was just kind of play for fun. It's a whole, how much money can we get off of this Bed Wars and stupid shit like that.
And like at this point, a lot of the Minecraft YouTubers, like you said, they're really kind of just do it for the fans, you know, for their subs. At least that's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's like some that still enjoy the game, but
There's very few compared to what there used to be. People used to really enjoy the game, and that's why the whole YouTube thing started. Now they just play it because they have fans, and if you try to switch out of the Minecraft fan base, unless you kind of did it really early, you can't. So,
see,
sorry, go
ahead.
No, you go.
Yeah. See, Minecraft just like kind of seems like that game. Like once you start actually making videos off of it, or like start growing like a public, start growing like a
Fan base.
It's you just like kind of just like only Minecraft fans really, because like it's like that type of game where it's not really played by people that like are into other games, you know, like it's typically a younger fan base that just only really enjoy games like that. And then there's like the YouTubers that are trying to expand into games like Fortnite and stuff like that. So some of the fans don't like it because they subscribe for Minecraft only. If their channel started out like with more than just Minecraft, like a bunch of different games, then people would sub for like all these games, you know. But
Yeah.
it's too late because they grew too big of a fan base.
Basically, what it is in total is it's a whole shift of player base. We're going from a much older player base. The same thing happened as soon as MCSG died. that's where you see almost none of the people came from MCSG stayed around. Pretty much the only ones that I know are Noah, Pikachu, and Xenox were the only two from MCSG. And Hannah, XX Rose, unfortunately, again, who came from MCSG. And that's pretty much what's going to happen again. At least with this friend group that I'm in for Hypixel UHC. And it's not like a death of trying. I've tried to kind of play. And it's not my friend's fault either, or my fault. It's no one's fault. It's just well, I mean, if it could be anyone's, it would be Hypixel's because their server is just absolute ass. I mean, I'm gonna ride completely on it right now. It's total ass. All they do is just expect microtransactions, and their watchdog fucking detection system doesn't even work. So in turn, that might have a little bit to do with why people are quitting, because the game is just so fucking shit. Normally, I don't kind of go off like that, but it's true. I mean, it's a terrible game when it comes to what Hypixel is trying to do with it. And they really need to step up their game when it comes to being the #1 Minecraft server, because they definitely are not. Not to mention now, with Minecraft, there's a whole, well, it's not really just now, it's generally been that whole, like, oh, are they cheating? Is this top player cheating? With other games, that's never really the question. And a lot of people, really want that. They want a definitive answer. They want to know, like, if their #1 is really legit. I mean, like, Tabor could come out for auto-clicking tomorrow, and we would be like, okay, well, that's believable. Then you could have, like, some pro CSGO player come out with auto-clicking. Or not auto-clicking, Jesus Christ. It's almost impossible, and it never really happens that we find out that any other game has people who auto-click in it. Or, god damn it, cheating it.
Yeah, like this game, there's been so much, like, unnecessary drama, like, to branch off of what you said.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, there's been drama over cheating, of course, but then there's, like, a lot of really other dumb drama with, like, people that, like, I don't know.
Like the Samantha drama.
Yeah, dude.
Like, Nick got swatted over that, which is, I just find that, like, beyond retarded.
That's just, it was just pathetic to hear that.
Yeah, people take this game way too seriously. You've heard me mention Hannah XX Rose a couple times in this, when I've been talking, she's one of those people. I mean, she's not the type to go and, like, cause anyone harm outside of the game. But people also take this game way too fucking seriously. Like, people will run on half a heart in UHCs, and people take it they'll scream if you do anything. Like, one time...
I'll never understand that.
Yeah.
Why people do that. Like, why?
Like, one time I was in a goddamn Skywars game with Hannah XX Rose. And, like, we were in the same TS lounge. It's not like it was something, like, random. And we were in parties. And I made a joke where I kind of targeted her out because she killed me last game. And she just freaked out. And I'm like, she just takes it way too seriously, as most people do. And it's fun to take seriously, and it's fun to really grind out those scores to get that maximum KD and flex on your friends, which is something else I'll get into a little bit later. But it's also, you got to take back and realize you're being, like, absolutely miserable because you lost in a block game that you play for your enjoyment. If you don't play it for your enjoyment, then why the fuck are you playing it? You need to think about that.
Yeah. Alright, so, like, getting back to what my old point, like, the drama, like, it's so unnecessary. I'll admit, I've been involved in it a little bit, but, like, when I have, I always at least try to apologize to the person. Like, here, look, hold on. You know, it's Samantha, I tried apologizing to her back in September, and she never responded to that. I'm trying to, like, stop this unnecessary, like, bullshit drama, but, like, it just, and this is just an example, by the way. And, like, there's just some people that just, I don't know, they just hold grudges for no reason.
The thing
So
is,
dumb.
too, it's just... It's impossible to get through this game, to play this game in a community without getting drama. And that fucking annoys people. So, I mean, I kept my head down on Twitter, right, Zain? You would say I pretty much kept my head down. I didn't call people out on Twitter or anything like other people do, right? You would say that, right, Zain?
Sure.
Well, thanks for the vote of confidence. But I still got involved in some shit, and it's like everyone in this game is like depressed, or everyone is something. And I mean, that's fine. If you're depressed, don't hide it, tell someone. But there's just so much drama. It's like, oh, he told me to kill myself. Like, he did this. It's so toxic, and it's so hard to avoid it that it begs the question, like, why is there any benefit sometimes to joining a community? Like we talked earlier, there is. We had a lot of fun in that community. We did a lot of stuff, but at the same time, it brought us a lot of fucking... It wasn't good at times. I mean, there's times where I'd come off TeamSpeak with my friends, and I'd hate talking to them because they would just flex their KD on me the entire time and think it was like the end-all, be-all. I am the coolest person in the planet. I can flex my kill death rate on people. And something a lot of people don't realize is the whole, like, they don't take into account that these are, like, actual people playing the game. And it's not just...
Yeah, right.
They need to think, like, Xenox, slit your wrist to the bone. He said that. Would you ever say that to a person to their face? Like, seriously,
No.
think about that.
Exactly.
I mean, given, yeah, we understand it's over the internet, but you're essentially talking to a faceless person and telling them to kill themselves, like, to that extent. Why does your game have to be so important to you that if you die, you have to tell them to kill themselves?
Yeah. I mean, I'll admit I've probably done some similar stuff like that. But,
I have too. I've said die after I've been knocked into the void before.
Yeah.
But
like there's like a point where you have to like start trying to control yourself.
like, yeah, and for some people that's next. Like, for some people they just don't. Xenox, one of them.
Yeah, and like just remember, like it may be a computer screen, and like nothing really bad will happen to you in the long run, but like
It's people.
Yeah, they're still people. You have to try and remember that.
I'm probably gonna just make this like a podcast or something because I don't really wanna, edit all this because it's been like 30 minutes.
Yeah, we branched off like 3 different topics.
I know.
All Minecraft.
At the same time, going back to the very, very, very original topic of the whole, everyone's quitting. Why is everyone quitting? A lot of it is also too. I feel like it's when I took a break. I mainly took that break not to like take an actual break, not to get rid of my boredom or anything. But I took that break to kind of illustrate a point. And I feel like on that break, a lot of people just kind of quit. Like, I feel like over the course of, 3 weeks, I quit seeing Andrew as much. I quit seeing, Shrimes. I didn't see that often. But I quit seeing people so much. DM, can you leave? DM, can you leave, please? I'll tell you why. Just leave, please.
Why?
I don't. He was asking.
Insufficient
So I asked the guild.
I'm asking Reese, why does he want me to leave?
No, I'll explain later. Just leave, please.
Because we're recording.
Yeah.
That's all you had to.
Buddy was moved out of your channel.
But yeah, he's gonna come back. I'll tell you that right now.
No, he muted sounds fine.
Not to mention also, this TeamSpeak, because we all go into the same TeamSpeak. It's just ass. I mean, we can't join half the lounges, and since we're all friends, it blows because we'll have some people who, just go into random lounges. And then it creates a lot of drama, too, because person A doesn't like person B, so now they can't join the lounge, even though it's a private lounge and there's one administrator for it. it creates a lot of divide, and there's a lot of division. And that's not something very, actually it is. It's something pretty common you see with, like, social groups in real life. It's divisions of people in it. Is there anything you want to talk about, Zain? Because I kind of hit everything I think I needed to. I would say the main chunk of people quitting happened when my doza quit. Oh, thank you, Zain.
Yeah, that might have been like, cause like I feel like at that point there were actually a lot of people like in their minds they didn't really enjoy the game anymore, and so when my doza opened up and like said I'm done with this game.
Yeah, and then my doza had a really,
did that too.
and he had a really like, I don't want to say big deal because that makes me seem like an asshole, but it was technically a really big deal of how he quit and like everything he had to go through. I'm not saying it wasn't just, and he deserved kudos for it because that sucks to go through that. But because it was such a big deal that this huge YouTuber quit, everyone's like, oh shit, is this really what I enjoy now?
Yeah, it's unfortunate though, like it's really hard to keep a very supportive fan base. Of course, you're gonna have a lot of supporters. Like, there's gonna be a lot of supporters. In fact, I feel like that would be the majority. But like, there's still gonna be the little not the minority. There'll be every now and then the ones that like just demotivate you because they're like they want this or they want that, and like, you don't want it, but they want it, and
it's arguing.
Yeah.
A lot of this community breaking apart is just arguing and boredom.
Yeah, like what I'm saying. I'll put an example. Like my doza, he doesn't want to play Minecraft anymore. Like a lot of his fan base is like
play Minecraft.
Play Minecraft. It's like annoying him so much to the point where he just can't. He just doesn't.
To the point where he literally wants to kill himself.
Oh.
Yeah, it is. It's true. Remember did you watch the video he uploaded?
I think so, but
they drove him to the
like really bad quality.
Yeah, it's where he was driven pretty much to the point of why, like where he wanted to kill himself. Like even chat right there, this kid just said L, dying into the void. Like it's such a toxic community for a game. I mean, I don't know any other games that it is toxic. You see like PUBG moments online, you know, like people just like someone will die and they'll just laugh about it. But in this game, you die and it's, oh my god, your mother should get AIDS or some shit like that, or slit your wrist to the bone.
I know other games take like toxicity more seriously too. Like I know League takes it super seriously.
That's why Nathan got banned.
Yeah, that's why Nathan got like banned from that game or something. I don't know. But yeah. I mean, I'm not saying Hypixel does a terrible job at like taking care of it, because like that, it's not really their problem. It's just that.
Well, yeah, it is their problem.
A lot of kids that play this game, like, they just really can't
control themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's a 12-year-old's game. Like, look at Call of Duty. Call of Duty is known to be toxic, and that's also a 12-year-old's game. I mean, it kind of is true. I sound like an asshole, but Call of Duty is definitely like a 12-year-old's game. So, I think we're going to end it off here, but to recap everything, it's everyone's quitting, which makes us sad. The community's toxic. The YouTubers are quit because it's boring. And we're really unmotivated because none of our friends want to play with us anymore. Yep. Which is not their fault. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna upload this as a podcast instead. So yeah. See you guys later.